Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, Kurt A-Roll. We got here. Who year is this truck, man?
2007.
07.
Chevrolet Tahoe. 2-wheel drive.
Yeah. About to change some brake rotors on here, brake pads, and this shit. This is real easy to do. So you know, just gonna go through the steps and show you what's going on.
This is my first time watching this as well. I never changed brakes before in my life, so I'm tuning in for sure.
It's my neighbor, you know, getting them right. So, all right, I got a 19mm socket, but these custom rims, so you know, it's not gonna be the same that you probably experienced, but it's gonna probably be the 19 to 18mm. But you want to get your vehicle on jack stand, and I know you should have on. I'm sorry, on your jack it up. I know you should have a jack stand, but I mean, we only lift it up probably what 3 inches. So I'm not gonna be under the vehicle, and it's gonna be quick. So I understand that's a safety precaution that we are not executing. Make the job easy, get you an impact wrench, take this stuff off in a jiffy.
If not,
you're gonna be working them hands.
And if you don't have that right there, what you have to use?
Get you a 4-way. Use your 4-way. Use your breaker bar. Use your ratchet.
Okay.
Yeah, you got different options you can use. But doing brakes is definitely not hard, and save yourself the money, the time, and gain some experience. Let's see. Alright, as you can see, we got everything right here. First thing you want to do is you got your caliper here, and you got your I can't remember the name of this piece, but it's where the caliper rests. So you want to take this assembly out so that you can remove the rotor. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's see. Hey, Brandon, unlock your truck real quick.
It's open. Should be open.
Oh, okay. Alright, so we're gonna take this baby off right here. The name will probably come to mind at some point, but right now it's drawing a blank, but no worries. You can see exactly what I'm talking about for anyone that's desperate on stating what it is on the comment section. Please feel free so that others can be aware. So that is awesome. Share the knowledge. Let's see. All right, so you're gonna need a 18mm for removing this assembly here that holds the caliper in place. But I'm just gonna break it free first before I take the caliper off, which has to come off as well. Get you a breaker bar unless you want to bust your knuckles when it comes free. Let's see. Breaker bar help take some of that leverage off. We'll add some leverage to it. Alright, break it loose. Get up under your knee. Use your knee. Let your knee do the work. There you go. You broke it loose. Just go ahead and put your socket on the ratchet. Go ahead and loosen that thing right on up. Bolts where it's mounted to the backing plate. I got one bolt out. assembly can actually be pulled out, but there's no point in doing that right now. Go ahead and get the caliper loose so that's less for you to have to manage. Let's see. To get the caliper loose, you're gonna need a 1/2-inch socket. Don't bust your knuckles up on the control arm here. So break that free. Got it broke free, then you should just be able to pull that baby out. In case you need to hold on to this other bolt and keep it from spinning, that is a 13/16 to do the job. I'm pretty sure it's a metric size you can use that's an even tighter fit, but it won't give you too much resistance. It'll work with no problem. Alright, so we got our brake pads, brake caliper off, and as you can see, we got this piece off here. As you can tell, this caliper here, as you can tell with this caliper here, the brake pad wasn't all the way up. That's why you see damage right here to the caliper on the piston. So, and it's not going to cause any issues. It's just whoever did the brakes before, they just didn't put it up all the way. So you just want to make sure when you're putting your brake pads on, the brake pad is rested all the way up here. All right, and as you can see, he had a very excessive wear on the pad here, but not too bad on this back side. And this is the only side that looks like this, so it's probably got something to do with this pad not being seated properly. So just make sure when you're doing your brake job, you're seating your pads all the way down. And this one's probably seated about like that. And I'm pretty sure that's what causes premature wear on this wheel, because as you can see, caliper, the rotor on here looks horrible. Look at that. I mean, it's wore it out. Alright, so what we're gonna do is go get the rotor off. And we ran into an issue on the other side. It's not like it didn't want to come directly off, but this one does want to come right off. So, but worst case scenario, you just want to get a bolt. Like when you buy your new rotor, find a bolt in the parts store that fits the hole on the front of the rotor, so that you can screw those two bolts on each side and just turn them in equally, and that'll break the rotor loose so that you can get it off. But this side is coming off with no problems. The other side, it was not coming off. So yeah, all right, we got the rotor out. What you want to do is get some starting fluid or some carb cleaner, and you want to spray on each side of the rotor. You can knock off that protective grease coating that they apply to it from the factory, just so that it has that nice finish that you see when you pull out the box. That's all it does. You want to get that off because that can cause overheating and premature wear on your rotor. So I'm trying to make this a little bit in this can last, so that's why I'm spraying gracefully. But it's working. Got a dull finish to it. This gives you it pretty much lets you know you've gotten the oil off of the rotor. So let's put that baby up there. All right, the rotor is now in place. Next thing you want to do is put this piece back on. Everything good and tight. That ain't going nowhere. Alright. Next thing we want to do is put the brake pads on. You want to make sure you get you some brake lubricant whenever you're at the parts store. You want to apply that to the ends of the brake pads because they're going to be moving over time within that place that they're located. So you just want to make that path of travel be with a little less resistance than it would normally face. Alright. Alright, so we got that on. Next thing you want to do is get your caliper. You want to get you a brake pad or brake wheels, brake caliper tool for pushing in the brake pad. Put one of your old pads up here. You place it on the pad like so. You turn this baby out so that you have room to get it up in there. And then from that point, you just turn this tool until your piston for your caliper is fully depressed back into its bore. And you see it's going in with no problems at all. Shouldn't be too much resistance. It's just pushing the brake fluid back up through the system and refilling the reservoir. So please don't, as your brakes wear, don't add brake fluid to the wheels, to the master cylinder, because it's still in your system. It's just in the brake lines. That's all. We're going to throw our caliper back in place. Alright, we got our caliper in place. Alright, we got our caliper bolts. We're going to throw those babies back on as well. You could apply some Loctite to all this stuff, but it ain't necessary. This torque is not going anywhere. Alright, so get our ratchet, as well as our 1/2-inch socket. Let's drive this stuff back down. You could put your 13/16 on this, but you can just hold it still with your fingers just until you get ready to tighten it. At this point now, you might need to put that 13/16 on there to hold it in place. Alright, let's go and tighten this baby up. You could have your little torque wrench out, putting all these things to a certain torque, or you can put the force to this stuff and just make sure it don't go nowhere. That's what I'm doing. Putting that Jedi force to it, but hey, it's all to it right there. What we just did is we installed brand new rotor, we installed brand new brake pads on both sides of the vehicle. My man, he can stop without hearing all that grinding and stuff going on. But it's your boy Kurt, A-Roll. Hope the video was helpful. But just gonna conclude it right here. Real short and sweet. Again, this is a 2010. Yeah, you know who that is right there. Chevrolet Tahoe, and we're gonna call it right there. Boy A-Roll out. More to come. We're gonna be working on the truck soon. And got more coming for the Impala, so just stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Dirty hands all day. That's what we do. Peace.